Hey, this is Jeff at Miller's RV. I want to address a very serious question today, just safety in regards to carbon monoxide. Before we get to that, please do me a favor. Will you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and click the notification bell. We want to let you know of all the new content we have come out. And if you have new content you want us to produce, please let us know. So our conversation today is around carbon monoxide and a customer that had a scare last night in regards to carbon monoxide. And just kind of want to go over, first what it is, what you have to watch for, and what our safety equipment in the RV is. So carbon monoxide is a byproduct of combustion. It is so if you're burning anything from wood to LP gas to gasoline or diesel, all of that produces carbon monoxide. The concern is when carbon monoxide gets inside of an RV. The biggest problem with carbon monoxide, it is tasteless, odorless, and does not have any color or anything else. So you cannot see it, you can't sense it, you don't know it's there, which is why it is so crucial that we have the safety equipment of a carbon monoxide detector. That detector will protect you and is designed to sense carbon monoxide and to alert you to its presence. Some symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning you start to get are really bad headaches, nausea, dizziness, and things like that. So if you start feeling that, your carbon monoxide detector goes off, get out. And if your carbon monoxide detector goes out, get out of the vehicle completely. Now, some of you might be thinking, do I even have a carbon monoxide detector in my RV? They're not required if you don't have a generator. So a lot of the vehicles out there that just have a furnace, a stove, and a water heater, they're all LP gas or combustion chambers, might not have a carbon monoxide detector because those all vent and exhaust outside, and it's unusual to get carbon monoxide from those to a significant enough quantity to set off a detector. It's still a good recommendation in my part to get one. They're not expensive at all, and if it's time to replace your smoke detector, you might want to replace instead of just a smoke, you can do smoke and carbon monoxide, or you can do a standalone carbon monoxide, or you can replace your LP detector with carbon monoxide and LP. So we have several options for you that go that way. And one note of those is these safety detectors, some of these have a 10-year rating on them, but the LP detector actually has a 5-year rating. So every 5 years, they recommend changing out your LP detector. So keep that current because we definitely want to make sure it's safe. So back to our customer's issue. Yesterday, or last night, we got a notification that customer had an issue. They called, had the fire department come out, and they were very concerned. The fire department used something that can detect something in the air. But at the time, they weren't burning. They didn't have a generator on. They were plugged in at shore power. If they're certainly in the south of Louisiana in July, there was no furnace on. Water heater would probably not have been running. So there really wasn't anything to cause combustion. That was one of my questions when I got her message was, hey, what else was on? And she said she detected a smell. So one thing that can set off a carbon monoxide detector is the off-gassing of lead-acid batteries. So if you have lead-acid batteries, particularly if the voltage is not set up correctly on your converter or the batteries are old, the smell that comes out of that does have an odor. It's kind of a sulfur smell, and that actually can be detected by the carbon monoxide detector. They're designed to be overly sensitive. That's good. You want them to be safe. But if you're smelling that smell, you can check your batteries and see. And in this case, her batteries were boiling over. They removed the batteries just for safety there. They could have also just actually undone the ground or the hot on the batteries just to keep the charge from coming in, and that would have also cut the charge going into the batteries, which is causing the off-gassing. So that was one thing. And I've had that happen before where I've smelled something and my carbon monoxide detector goes off. And so I always do want to vent the vehicle, want to make sure that there's nothing combustion running. It's always good for carbon monoxide to check your exhaust. So your exhaust on your engine should always be past the edge of the motorhome, and same for your generator, should be past the edge of the motorhome, and it really shouldn't really be under a slide out. So if you have your slide out and your generator exhaust is underneath it, you can definitely get carbon monoxide up to those seals. So those are things they try not to put, the RV manufacturer shouldn't put directly underneath the slide, and it should extend beyond the edge of a vehicle. But sometimes something gets bent or damaged, and you might have your exhaust under the edge of the vehicle. In that case, you want to make sure and get that addressed, get that back outside the edge so the vent's not going. You can also have it go off even if you're parked really close to somebody and the wind's blowing and their exhaust is coming into your vehicle. It's just a couple of situations to be concerned about. And again, when your detector's going off at that point, you're not usually in a danger zone at that moment, but you do want to be safe about it. So just a couple things. Again, combustion is what the source of carbon monoxide is. So if you don't have any combustion going on, look for a secondary source or a secondary cause, like in this case, the battery off-gassing. It certainly can lower your fears, and you can take care of that in a real simple situation. Still vent the vehicle out, carbon monoxide goes off, and you can go ahead and go to bed, let your converter do its job to provide power throughout the night, and then get the batteries dealt with in a future time. So again, this is Jeff Hilliard, and we always try to get information out, but this time we want to make sure you're safe as you're enjoying your journey. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Couple quick reminders before you go. If you haven't subscribed and liked the video, please do that. Leave comments below. We love to go back and forth with our customers, answer questions you have. And again, put those questions. If you want something answered specifically, put it in there. Also, check out one of these other videos. We hope that you enjoy them. We hope you've been educated by them and enjoy the time you spend as well. Thanks again, and enjoy the journey.